Investigators in Golden are looking for a person of interest after a townhome caught on fire this morning.
Before the fire started, someone who lived there called 911, saying his neighbor knocked a hole through the wall and pointed a gun at him. The person of interest is this man, 48-year-old James Gambrell Jr. Police say he has military experience, he's known to carry firearms, and he may be highly paranoid. Investigators say you should definitely stay away from this man and call 911 if you see him.
9 News reporter Courtney Yoon is there now. Courtney, all because of this, a lot of people lost their homes today.
Yeah, that's right. 7 units here at Mountain Table Townhomes. They've been called a complete loss here after a fire broke out. Residents who saw it happen say that it all went up in flames really fast. It happened just after 3:30 this morning. No one was physically hurt, but some of the residents say they narrowly escaped that fire. It all started when one neighbor, Sean Todd, heard his neighbor pounding on the wall overnight. He says this pounding had been happening for days, but this time his neighbor broke through the wall with a hammer and then pointed a gun at him through that hole. That's when Sean called 911. Police arrived, and soon after that they saw an orange glow coming from his neighbor's apartment. Before they knew it, the entire building was engulfed in flames.
Right when he came through with the hammer, he reached through to make the hole bigger, and then he stuck a assault rifle. All I could see was the barrel to the gun and the flashlight on the top of the gun. That he stuck through the wall and pointed at us.
Everyone made it out all right, and everyone's pets were also found okay, but one man says that his front door, there was a 6-foot wall of flames in front of it, so he had to knock out the window next to his front door and escape through that. It just seems like all of this happened really quickly. Property management is going to be putting those displaced residents up in a nearby hotel.
Yeah, just a lot of disturbing facts the more we learn about it. Again, that suspect, 48-year-old James Gambrell Jr., out there tonight. Certainly, if you see him, call police. Courtney, thank you.
The community of Arvada and police officers remembered one of their own who gave his life in the line of service. Officer Dylan Vakoff was just 27 years old when he was killed on Sunday. At his funeral today, the chief of police said Officer Vakoff put himself in the line of fire to save women and children who were the target of a gunman. Vakoff was responding to a family disturbance on early Sunday. Those who knew him the most also spoke.
Losing a brother in arms is not easy, but he went down fighting in the line of duty, protecting those he loved and protecting those he did not know. He died a warrior's death. Now, this doesn't make it easier, but maybe there's some kind of sense of understanding or comfort in that.
The service ended with a 21-gun salute and a dispatcher reading the end of watch call. Vakoff served the city of Arvada for 3 years, and before that, he was a staff sergeant in the Air Force for 6 years. And many other community members were also invited to Officer Vakoff's funeral.
They were also welcome to line the procession route, and many did. Here's 9 News reporter Matt Jablow, who joined them along the way.
You're gonna make me cry.
It's emotional.
It's hard.
It's emotional.
The procession began in Erie. More than 300 cars from 85 different law enforcement agencies across Colorado and Utah.
We just believe strongly in coming out here and paying our respects to this fallen officer and his family.
Arvada police officer Dylan Vakoff was shot to death on September 11th while responding to a call for a disturbance. Sandra Timmons and Christine Neely were two of the many people who lined the route.
This is not the first time that we've come out to this exact spot.
It was the third police procession in Metro Denver that the women have come out for in the past 2 years alone. Both described Friday as an incredibly painful day.
That's honestly the least we can do is stand out here and watch them go by with our hand on our heart and say some prayers for the family and let them know that they are loved and supported.
The outpouring of love and support continued for 8 miles until the procession arrived at the Flatirons Community Church in Lafayette.
Kind of hurts.
Where Thornton resident Joe Duran had been waiting since 7:30 in the morning. Joe says this was the 5th police funeral he's been to, and he's very much hoping it will be his last.
Yeah, the key word is we could hope. Thank you.
In Lafayette, Matt Jablow, 9 News.
After the funeral, a private reception was held for Officer Vakoff's family and members of the Arvada Police Department.
Right now, jury selection is close to wrapping up in the trial for the man accused of shooting a woman in the ballpark neighborhood about 2 years ago. Michael Close shot and killed Isabella Thallis and seriously injured her boyfriend, Darian Simon. Thallis and Simon were walking her dog when Close shot at them from his apartment window. He is facing several charges, including first-degree murder. Close was deemed sane to stand trial earlier this year after pleading not guilty by reason of insanity. A man is in custody for causing a frightening standoff situation in Fort Collins. Police say the suspect broke into an empty apartment just before 11 o'clock last night. They tried to catch him there, but then police say he broke into a second apartment, which was then occupied. People in that unit got out safely, but he barricaded himself inside. Around 8 this morning, officers were able to arrest the suspect.
All right, giving you a live look outside on this Friday. We've got some clouds out there, but sounds like it's going to be a good weekend. Kathy's got all the details. Hello, happy Friday to you.
Hi, you guys. Just the fact that it is the weekend, right?
Yeah.
We're ready.
I'll take it.
Broncos game on Sunday. I'm going.
Oh, are you?
I'm going. I'm pumped. My first game since the pandemic.
Oh, that's amazing. And so many other people will be there with you.
I'll need sunscreen.
You'll be the good luck charm, and
Yeah.
I'm going to bring you a winning forecast of what will be glorious. Remember the hat, remember the sunscreen,
Yes.
sunshine all day on Sunday. Outside right now, if you look off toward the east, there's some sunshine and blue skies, but back toward the west, we're starting to see some of those clouds build. And we're tracking these thunder showers that are moving east off the Front Range foothills, producing some scattered rain showers on I-70. A lot of folks getting up into the high country. The leaves are starting to change up there. It's a beautiful day. We have cool highs in the mid-50s for Eagle, Aspen, and Vail, mid-60s in Steamboat. Denver at 80 now, Greeley at 76. The showers are moving from the southwest toward the northeast, associated with the weather system that will move toward the northern plains tomorrow. These storms are not severe. They're fast-moving. Little thunder, little lightning, but not too impactful for travelers through that Johnson-Eisenhower tunnel. Interesting, though, some of the slower-moving storms out across the Grand Mesa and Grand Junction dropping about 3/4 of an inch of rain. So 1 or 2 of those may cross the urban corridor yet tonight. Waiting to see most of the activity well north of Denver up through Broomfield, Boulder, and Greeley, but a little bit of rain is certainly a potential over the next 2 hours. Temperatures in the mid-70s will drop into the 60s after sunset tonight. And coming up, we are going to continue to track those showers with another radar update. For Jeremy, we've got that Broncos game forecast, and you guys, we are heading into the last weekend of summer. Yeah, I'll have the detailed. I know, sorry, I had to do it. I'll have the forecast for that as well.
All right, thanks, Kathy. A new rare symptom of the monkeypox virus has been discovered right here in Colorado. Doctors at CU Anschutz published a report with the CDC about 2 cases of the monkeypox virus. The cases involved inflammation of the brain or spine. Both cases were involving young men in their 30s. One was right here in Colorado. The other was in Washington, D.C. Fortunately, both patients have improved. Dr. Daniel Pastula, who co-wrote the report, said these types of complications are very rare.
Right now, we're talking 2 out of over 20,000 cases. So this is much, much less than 1%. I think, it's not just us monitoring, but I think it's, the state and local health departments, as well as the CDC monitoring this. It seems that this seems to be a very rare complication.
Dr. Pastula says people who are at high risk of monkeypox can be safer by getting vaccinated and avoiding close contact with those who are sick. He also says washing your hands is good.
A new study published by the Centers for Disease Control shows the Omicron strains of COVID-19 appear to be less deadly than other variants. Scientists looked at data from hundreds of hospitals. They found about 15% of people hospitalized with COVID died during the Delta wave during summer of 2021. Early in the Omicron wave, about 13% of patients were dying. And when you look at later this spring and early summer, less than 5% of hospitalized patients died from COVID. Now, researchers suggest that probably because people had more immunity to the virus from vaccines, from previous exposures, and from better treatments.
So it may not even be fall yet, but we're getting closer to the holidays, and shipping companies are already starting to think about Christmas and Thanksgiving and all the gift giving out there.
Yeah, so we are ahead of the curve here. We're going to sit down with UPS ahead of the big rush. Also, speaking of fall, the vibrant colors mean Park County is getting ready to celebrate. Our man in the mountains is taking us on a beautiful art adventure.